In the top stories, Prime Minister celebrates 40 years of financial empowerment at PCCU Anniversary Gala. Bahamas Minister hints at possible illegal drug link in plane crash, and Kamala Harris makes closing case at historic Capitol site, contrasts vision with Trump. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. I'm Scotty Sia Hendrickson. Nationally, under the theme Honoring Our Past, Shaping Our Future, Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Honorable Dr. Terence Drew delivered a powerful keynote at the Police Cooperative Credit Union's 40th Anniversary Gala on October 26th, reflecting on the PCCU's impact on financial security for members, particularly those within the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. Dr. Drew lauded the credit union's 4 decades of service, resilience, and modernization. Quote, 40 years of service is no small achievement, Dr. Drew noted, describing the PCCU as more than a financial institution, but a movement that empowers, uplifts, and transforms lives. He commended the credit union for its commitment to supporting financial wellness, which he linked to overall health and well-being, particularly critical in high-stress professions like law enforcement. As Minister of National Security, Dr. Drew praised the PCCU's alignment with government goals on sustainable development and financial inclusion, highlighting recent digital achievements such as mobile and online banking. He noted that the modernization its services, the PCCU is meeting the needs of a new generation while remaining accessible to its community. A medical doctor by training, Dr. Drew also emphasized the health benefits of financial stability, particularly for police officers facing high-stress conditions. Citing health risks like cardiovascular issues and mental health challenges, he applauded the PCCU's role in promoting financial wellness, thereby supporting both the mental and physical health of its members. Encouraging the PCCU to embrace future financial innovations, the Prime Minister reiterated its role as a trusted financial partner. Quote, the PCCU stands as a beacon of stability in our financial landscape, he said, toasting to 40 years of service and many more years of success and prosperity. Founded in 1984 to serve the police force, the PCCU has since expanded to the general public, providing a wide range of services that foster community empowerment and financial independence. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Marine Resources in St. Kitts is encouraging all farmers and fishers to attend a series of consultations this week aimed at addressing agricultural challenges and enhancing understanding of agriculture insurance. The consultation, set to take place at the large conference room of the Department of Agriculture, are scheduled as follows. Livestock farmers, Tuesday, October 29th at 5 p.m. Crop farmers, Wednesday, October 30th at 5 p.m. Fishers and fisherfolk, Thursday, October 31st at 6 p.m. These sessions will address the unique challenges in agricultural production, especially in the face of climate unpredictability. Stakeholders are encouraged to participate and gain insight to better manage risk in their fields. For additional information, interested persons can contact the ministry at 467-1016. Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, joined the local Indian community in celebrating Diwali on October 26th at the Marriott Hotel, offering heartfelt remarks on the importance of cultural collaboration and the contribution of the Indian community in St. Kitts and Nevis. During the festivities, Prime Minister Drew highlighted Diwali's symbolism of life, triumphing over darkness, and the shared values that unite the Federation's diverse communities. Quote, this festival beautifully showcases the resilience and spirit of the Indian community here in St. Kitts and Nevis, he stated. Your tradition enrich our local culture, reminding us to strengthen the strength found in diversity, end quote. Encouraging the audience to embrace cultural difference as bridges of connection. The Prime Minister said, quote, "While we celebrate the uniqueness of our cultures, there's so much we can learn from each other." His words resonated with attendees, fostering a spirit of unity and mutual respect. Prime Minister Drew also recognized the significant contributions of the Indian community, from traditional sweets to ragonal art, which have become cherished aspects of the Federation's cultural tapestry. He concluded with a warm wish for a happy Diwali, encouraging everyone to let the festival's light inspire joy and togetherness across the community. In regional news, National Security Minister Wayne Monroe stated that the pilot of the twin aircraft, which crashed on Ragged Island on Sunday, did not submit a flight plan. This omission raises suspicion regarding the potential involvement of those on board in the illegal drug trade. Authorities have yet to identify the two charred bodies recovered from the wreckage of the plane, and Monroe informed reporters that the lack of immediate identification of the passengers may suggest that no flight plan was filed. He noted, quote, "The briefing I received indicated that the Drug Enforcement Unit and officers from the Drug Enforcement Administration were present on site, which might provide insights into the ongoing investigation." According to police reports, the twin-engine plane was discovered engulfed in flames east of Duncan Town Airport. An initial examination of the aircraft revealed the remains of one individual, with the remains of a second person found subsequently. Ragged Island, covering an area of 8.9 square miles, is a district in the southern Bahamas known for its exceptional fishing opportunities, particularly for bone fishing due to its ideal flats. The island is part of an extensive chain of islands that stretches from the southern tip of Long Island, Bahamas, toward Cuba. In other regional news, Grenada's Tourism Authority recently announced the introduction of a new intra-Caribbean flight service by Sunrise Airways. The introduction of Sunrise Airways to the route will link Grenada to the island of St. Lucia, Antigua, and Dominica. Flights will take place 3 times weekly on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. GTA Chief Executive Officer Petra Roach said the new services is a major milestone in the GTA's goal to foster more regional tourism. While Colin Piper of Sunrise Airways added, "Sunrise is thrilled to introduce service to Grenada. We now operate in 5 islands in the OACS as part of our Eastern Caribbean expansion. We fly to connect people, and our routes inspire travelers to discover new destinations when planning their trips." In international news, in the final week before election, Vice President Kamala Harris made a strong closing argument to voters on Tuesday, pledging to work for America's welfare while painting her opponent, Republican Donald Trump, as self-serving. Standing at the Epolis near the White House, the same site where Trump addressed supporters before the Capitol attack on January 6, 2021, Harris urged voters to choose a future focused on progress over division. During her speech, Harris invited Americans to consider 2 potential paths for the nation. She reminded voters of Trump's repeated false claims about the 2020 election, which she said led to violence and divisiveness. Quote, "If he were elected on day 1, he's going to sit in the Oval Office working on his enemies list," Harris told reporters on Monday. "If I am elected, I will be working on behalf of the American people on my to-do list," end quote. Harris emphasized her vision of economic growth, reproductive rights, and social unity. Her team said she would avoid focusing solely on democracy, but instead make a broader appeal to the nation, particularly targeting voters in battleground states. Her campaign hopes that the historic setting will resonate with the undecided voters and energize turnout in key regions. The vice president's address comes days after she joined megastar Beyoncé in Texas to rally for women's rights, particularly in light of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Her team sees a continued focus on reproductive rights, economic stability, and a forward-looking vision as critical to her campaign. Trump, who spoke at Madison Square Garden over the weekend, dismissed Harris's appeal as a political theater and prepared to counter her speech from her Magalo estate in Florida. As Harris wrapped up her address, she reiterated her commitment to moving the country forward. Quote, "People are ready to turn the page. They're tired of division," she said, aiming to contrast her vision with Trump's. Toxic foam blankets in the Umahan River in New Delhi as industrial pollutants and waste clouds one of India's most sacred waterways. Despite the contamination, Hindu devotees continue to gather along the river for traditional rituals, underscoring the tension between religious reverence and an escalating environmental crisis. The Yamuna, which supplies over half of New Delhi's water, poses serious health risks as toxic foam spreads. Exasperating the problem, the city's air quality index hit a hazardous level of 273 on Tuesday, 18 times above WHO guidelines, amid Diwali festivities and winter populations. In response, authorities have deployed boats, barriers, and deformers, yet pollution persists. With Chato Puja approaching, thousands are expected to enter the river for ritual baths. Environmental advocates warn that without stricter pollution control, New Delhi's rivers and air will continue to threaten the life of millions. And now for the weather. Present weather shows cloudy skies. Winds are a gentle breeze of 8 miles per hour from a northeasterly direction. Temperature today is 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Seas are 1.2 to 1.5 meters or 4 to 5 feet. Weather forecast for today predicts partly cloudy skies becoming increasingly cloudy with showers. Tonight will be cloudy with showers. Sunset today is at 5:41 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow is at 6:08 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Scotty Hendrickson.